This is Hydrogen Tap. What you're looking at here is a test rig I'm putting together to test the neutral plates out that we keep talking about, which cannot be neutral. The reason they can't be neutral, and I'll show you that in a minute. If you look here, I've got the color code. This is black, which means this is hooked to the negative side of the battery. I've got two neutral plates, the yellow and the green. Then on the other side is the red hooked to the positive side of the battery. And we'll get a better view of that. You can see them. The one on the right is the positive plate. Then I've got a neutral plate here, which is yellow. I got another neutral plate. I'm sorry, that was green. Another neutral plate, which is yellow. And then over here is the negative plate. You can see all the action going on there. Negative is your hydrogen plate. So what we're going to do is try to find out what whether the plates are positive or negative or what, right? So I've hooked up a meter here, which gives us a voltage. Right now it's hooked up to the neutral plate, which is to the farthest left, the yellow. That's the one it's hooked to. And this plate to the left is negative. So what I'm going to do is touch the negative plate on the left, and you can see it shows negative. But since this shows negative, that means your yellow plate, the neutral plate, has got to be positive. Now I'm going to put it on the right positive plate that's going to the battery. And it's showing that that plate is definitely positive, which means that yellow plate is definitely negative. Now I'm going to hook the lead, the same lead, I'm going to hook it to the other neutral plate. It's not very sturdy up there, so okay, here we go. So now this plate is positive in relation to the other neutral plate is now negative. So it's complicated, right? So the plate, the green neutral plate that's on this side is now positive. The yellow neutral plate is now negative to each other. The negative plate on the left makes the neutral plate positive. The positive plate on the right makes the negative plate negative, makes the neutral plate negative. Now what I'm going to do is go back over it again Okay, so the yellow plate is the neutral plate I'm hooked to, and that is the one next to the left. I'm going to put my lead on the negative plate. Which is showing negative, which means that yellow neutral plate is now positive. I'm going to keep it hooked to the yellow neutral plate. I'm going to move it over to the positive plate on the right. And it shows that plate is positive in relation to the negative plate on the neutral plate, which is yellow. Okay, now we're going to switch. We're going to take a reading from the other neutral plate, which is the green one. Green one is on the right side. I'm measuring the negative plate, which means the green plate is positive. Now I'm going to put my meter on the positive plate on the very right, plate connected to the battery. And the interesting part is, okay, there's the positive, which means the green is negative. Let's switch it back over here. So, in relation to whichever plate you look at, the plate is that opposite. So, of course, the question is, which way is it working? Is it positive or is it negative? That is the question, right? Let's look at the plates. Remember, they're not hooked to anything. Those are the two neutral plates. Getting a little action. That is the positive plate over there that's hooked to the battery. You can see the action that's coming off of that. And this is the negative plate that's hooked to the battery. You can see the action coming off of it. Remember, these plates are 6 inches apart. That's why you're not seeing a flood of hydrogen. But believe me, there's a lot of electrolyte in this water. If we look at the other side of these plates, you see there's very little action going on here. Almost none on this side of the plate. So, if this plate is negative to battery, which it is, and you were measuring across to this first neutral plate, this plate has got to be positive. Okay? But if you're measuring to the plate, the positive plate that's hooked to the battery, this has got to be negative, and that can't be, can it? Interesting. More questions, right? Questions are good. If you want to go to hydrogentap.com, you can see the plates, the systems that I have over there. If you want to write me at johnaarons@hydrogentap.com, you can do that. I'm getting ready to put together some kits, very, very reasonable, that'll be punched. The holes will be in them, and all you have to do is put them together. If you want to go to hydrogentap.com, you'll be able to see those. They'll be up in about 2 days. Or, again, if you want to write me at johnaarons@hydrogentap.com, I'm always glad to hear from you. This has been interesting. negative. So